St Helena Airport contract was signed in November 2011 with the St Helena Government and the UK's Department for International Development to design, build and operate an airport on an island 2,000 kilometres from the nearest mainland, an island with limited infrastructure, no major construction equipment, no construction materials, not even sufficient sand, and no harbour. At Basil Read, we have a proud history of successfully taking on many diverse challenges. But even for us, building an airport in St Helena, a mere dot in the vastness of the South Atlantic Ocean, presented a unique challenge, a logistical challenge of note. The challenge was accepted and the project began. A temporary landing facility was constructed at Rupert's Bay to accommodate our modified ship, the NP Glory 4. In July 2012, the first cargo was unloaded, and the ship was the first ever to offload directly onto St Helena. Since then, the volume of material shipped to St Helena underscores the scale of the operation. Around 30,000 tonnes of cargo has been moved so far, including 8 million litres of diesel fuel, 3,000 tonnes of explosives, 6,200 tonnes of cement and pulverised fuel ash, 500 tonnes of sand from Namibia, 120 items of construction equipment, 900 containers, 1,200 tonnes of reinforcing steel, plus 5,000 tonnes of miscellaneous cargo, and there is still a lot more to come. Storage facilities and a temporary fuel farm for 1.5 million litres of fuel were also constructed in Rupert's Valley. In November 2013, an additional contract was signed for the construction of a permanent wharf, which will be of great benefit to the island, as it will mean that the ships will be able to dock alongside a wharf for the first time in the island's history. The design stage is well advanced, and this particular part of the airport project is scheduled for completion in mid-2015. Two 10-tonne and two 30-tonne gantry cranes have been erected at a precast yard in Rupert's Valley, where the core locks and 27-tonne concrete blocks for the wharf are being manufactured. In April this year, construction of the wharf will begin, and two 200-tonne crawler cranes will have arrived on the island on the NP Glory 4. The main use of these cranes will be to install the precast core lock armour units on the outside of the breakwater, the precast concrete blocks to form the inside of the quay wall, and to also place the core fill of the wharf. To enable the transport of equipment and material from Rupert's Bay to Prosperous Plain, where the airport will be situated, required the building of a 14-kilometre long haul road. 14 kilometres of a winding, twisting road, rising over 500 metres in the first 5 kilometres, in itself presenting an engineering challenge. This was completed for access at the end of August 2012. The construction of the airport runway means filling Dry Gut Gorge with 8 million cubic metres of blasted rock to a depth of over 100 metres, creating an embankment that will finally form part of the runway. As of February 2014, the dry gut fill is 65% complete, with over 5 million cubic metres of material having been placed in a 24-hour operational cycle. The completion of dry gut fill is scheduled for September 2014. Work has also commenced on the 1,950 metre long concrete runway, the taxiway and apron, and this is due for completion in May 2015. Construction of the terminal building, combined air traffic control and fire department is progressing well and is on schedule. Installation of aerodrome ground lighting, navigational aids and air traffic control equipment will begin in August 2014 and will be completed and tested by mid-2015. Construction also includes a bulk fuel installation for 6 million litres of diesel, petrol and aviation fuel in Rupert's Valley, and an airport fuel facility at the airport site. The airport site will finally be connected to the island's electrical, communications and roads infrastructure. All of the construction work and the certification process will be completed and ready for the first commercial flight in early 2016. The project has already had a positive impact on the islanders, or Saints as they are known, and apart from injecting considerable cash into the local economy, it has provided employment for over 340 Saints, a number of whom have been brought to South Africa for further training and upgrading of their skills. Thus far, we have spent approximately £10 million on St Helena, with a present average of around £500,000 a month. Interaction between the Saints and the Basil Read expats has been excellent. At the outset, it was decided that our staff wouldn't live in an exclusive Basil Read compound, but rather be housed, where possible, in local accommodation. This has resulted in good relations in social and sporting activities, as well as everyday life. Another benefit to the island is that, as a consequence of the construction taking place, heavy construction equipment, previously unavailable on the island, can be used for additional infrastructure development. The airport in Rupert's Bay Wharf will bring change to the island, and at Basil Read, we are aware of the effect it will have on the environment. So, in addition to the current environmental works being undertaken, we are fully supportive of the Landscape and Ecology Mitigation Programme, which is known as LEMP, which is a 4-year programme that will focus on habitat restoration and landscaping, which is required as a result of the airport construction and supporting infrastructure activities. LEMP will provide alternative habitats and landscape treatments to reduce and offset the permanent direct loss of habitat and the direct and indirect impacts on the landscape that might have arisen from construction works. St Helena Airport, another challenge accepted by Basil Read, presenting new and unique challenges and the opportunity to further broaden our knowledge and expertise. We are bringing St Helena closer to the outside world and leaving behind a lasting legacy for the people of this very special island, far away in the vastness of the South Atlantic Ocean.